Okay, the pattern I'm tying here is called a zigzag, and it's going to be an articulating steelhead fly. Put a little thread base down. We're going to take a piece of marabou of any color of your likings, tie in a short tail, roughly 3/8, quarter inch, right at the barb, or where the barb would be. And we're just going to bind that all the way down the hook shank. Reason being, we want a even flat body to weave on. And we'll stop that probably 1/8 of an inch from the hook eye. Okay, now we're going to run back to the tail, add a little crystal flash. And then back to the hook eye. Then we're going to take a little embroidery floss, tie it in on the far side of the shank. And then some crystal midge braid on the near side. And then just bind these right down the sides of the hook shank. Whip finish and super glue that. Okay, now we've got our body materials. We're going to tie an overhand knot weave, and whatever color you want on top, you're going to bring that around the back of the other color, tie an overhand knot, and then you're going to take that and split the hook shank with it. Key here is to pull these snug and even and to the sides level, so you get good lateral lines and even knots. So again, we'll just make a overhand knot, take it, split the hook shank, and we're going to do that to the front of the fly. Okay, then reattach your thread. Tie these off. And that'll be the rear of the fly. So for the front half, we're going to use a bead head, scud hook, cone head, just a little thread base underneath the cone and some super glue just to hold it in place. And then we're going to reattach our thread behind. Move our hook up. And we're going to run this about halfway down the hook band. Reason being, that's where we're going to tie in the wire to articulate the fly. So now we're going to take a piece of wire. This happens to be a guitar string, high E string, because I didn't have anything else that size. And tie that into the top of the hook shank. And down about halfway down the band. A little whip finish and some super glue on that. Okay, now we're going to attach the rear. Bring it up in there and bend that over. And then we're going to tie that right down on top as well. Again, whip finish and super glue to hold that all in. Now we'll take another piece of marabou. You're looking for something that's got real hairy barbs at the end here. Not real fluffy. Okay, a little crystal flash. Now we're going to tie in some peacock herl, 4 or 5 strands. Bind that down to the top. And then we'll tie in a small hackle. Okay, then we'll take the body materials again. We're just going to tie both those in at once, down the back. Okay, now we'll take our body materials. We're just going to wrap those to the cone. That's going to give you a kind of an alternating band of color. Again, a whip finish here. Now we're going to palmer our hackle to the cone. And we're going to run it right in those ribs where the two colors come together. Trim that end. And then we are just going to roll this herl a little bit to bind it together and bring that clear over the top and lash it down right behind the cone. A whip finish. And that is it.